Hi! Oh my god, how do I start this? Long time no see, once again. Hi, I'm Danielle. Long time no see. This vlog is really just gonna be super chill, explaining myself, where I've been, what's happened. In my last vlog, I was really not in a good state of mind, and I feel like you could really tell. Luckily, I'm doing a lot better. I'm now able to go to school every day and I'm able to last throughout the whole day. It's fantastic. I'm not just saying that for me to be like, I'm so much better now. I actually am a lot better and I'm so thankful for that. Since I was recovering from that, I took a big step away from my writing. Writing became no longer a passion, but something that became work. I'm obviously not being paid for it yet. I had the luxury of stepping away and I took that. I do think that it was the best for me. If you want to know what happened in late 2018 where my health really suffered, I don't want to share all the details. I'll just let you know my depression, anxiety, and eating disorder were kicking me in the butt. But I do feel a lot better. It's interesting how I thought that I wasn't doing writing, but now that I look back, when I was really ill, I was still writing, even if it wasn't really creatively. I was still working on poetry on and off, and I kept on brainstorming new ideas for my novel and other novels. I was still reading a lot. I was journaling, I was writing my diary. It kind of proves to show that no matter what happens, I will find a way to write. And that does give me hope. That gives me hope that I'm on the right path. It gives me hope that I was meant to be a writer. That sounds so cliche. Now that I explained my absence, I want to talk about what exactly happened when I kind of fell out of love of writing in late 2018. In late 2018, I started reading a bunch of different types of books, mostly due to Shaylin Bishop's book reviews, and I found out that I actually really liked a ton of the books that she was reading. If you know her, she reads a lot of literary fiction because that's what she writes, that's what she loves. And I started to fall in love with literary fiction, which was a genre that I would have never touched. I thought that it was just not for me. Thanks to that, I have started to diversify my reading material, where I'm not just reading fantasy and dystopia. I've started to read all different types of genres, and it's awesome. You really should diversify your reading because you'll learn something that you didn't know. Since I started falling in love with literary fiction, I started to find a lot of flaws in the genres that I would call home, like the genres that I felt comfortable in, like dystopia and fantasy. Now this begs the question where I don't know what my favorite genre is anymore. If I don't know what my favorite genre is, how do I know what I like to write? I'm 17, I shouldn't be thinking of this. I still love writing stories about magic and fantasy and government and corruption, but I love writing it, but I don't necessarily like reading it. With that information, I would guess like, oh, maybe I might like to write literary fiction. I'll dip my toe in that. Oh my goodness. Literary fiction just does not speak to me when it comes to writing. I understand that it's interesting and I love literary fiction, obviously, it's what I'm reading, but to write it, it's just, I feel like I'm scraping my cheek against a cheese grater. I wonder why I am so obsessed with what I am writing and what I am reading, and how the two should be the same or how they should be different, and if it matters. I am just 17. Ooh, I turned 17 when I was gone. I'm still a kid, and the fact that I'm worried about marketing and writing and staying on a schedule and all this stuff, oh my goodness. Guys, I can't do it. Like everyone else, I compare myself to other kids. I see other kids my age writing fan fiction and truly loving it, and in no way am I saying that fan fiction is of a less seriousness of a published novel, because I see these kids truly loving what they're doing, and I feel jealous, because that used to be me when I was 12. There was no booktube or writertube when I was 12. It was just, I loved writing. I have a story in my head, and I would think about it, mull it over for a couple weeks, and then I would just sit down at my laptop and write for months until I felt the story was good. I miss it. I miss having that joy And I don't know if it's a good thing that I'm so young. It can't be a good thing. Thing is that with WriterTube, I definitely have lost myself in the process. And it sucks. I don't know what I like to write anymore. I don't know what I should be writing. I feel like that should be another video. How AuthorTube has hurt me and how I think it is hurting other teenagers in this community. I am trying to write again and try to find the joy in it again without anyone's influence on me. I started writing fantasy again without an outline, hoping that it would be the same thing when I was 12 when I used to write without an outline. It's like, oh, I'm just writing for the fun of it. And it's very weird writing without an outline because I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if I will stick with it. Definitely think that I am an outliner, but I just want to try it. I'll try it for like a month and see if the novel goes anywhere, and if not, I'll start outlining. I'm also working on a couple of short stories, and I haven't written short stories in so long, since I was in middle school when I was like 12 years old. In fact, I remember when I was 14, I used to write a short story every day. And when people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would think, I can't be a writer. I'm not meant to be writing. Meanwhile, I'm a, oh my goodness. Little me just did not want to be a writer, even though she was. Thing is, right now, I'm not working on a big project. I am working on a novel, but I'm not immersing myself into it necessarily. I'm sort of picking out different projects and bouncing from each one. And it feels weird without having a big project to rely on. Because every time when I finish all my work for school, and I think, okay, you have free time. You need to work on something. And I think, which one should I work on? And it's like, it feels weird because I'm not used to not having something to work on. And I feel myself getting antsy. I don't know how to describe it. It's after writing every day for years and suddenly not having anything to necessarily work on, I feel like I'm getting antsy. Like I feel like I'm someone coming off of caffeine or coffee. It's just, ugh. I hope that I find what I'm craving. But right now, I am just casually perusing the writing environment. While I am still younger than 18 and still have the opportunity to treat this as a hobby and passion and not as a job yet. If there's anything I've learned from this, I've learned that I definitely enjoy working on longer forms of work rather than short ones. I've learned that I definitely need a novel or a script or a screenplay or something big in that capacity to work on to keep myself sane, and short projects like poetry and short stories are things to do on the side. Because when I'm doing the short forms of work, I get weird, which I am doing right now. I feel like I need something more. So as far as vlogging is concerned, I am not going to commit to a schedule. That would just destroy my health again. And while my health is a lot better, I feel like it's kind of teetering on edge. Like I don't trust my health yet to commit to a schedule and do this regularly, especially with school coming on. Perhaps during the summer without school will I actually commit to a schedule, but right now I can't. I want to say thank you for being patient with me, for being understanding of my health situation and why I needed to take that break that I did. While my vlogging will not be consistent, because I already know it won't, something that I feel like is less work for me personally and that I will be able to stick to is my blog. If you've never been to my blog, I'll link it below. It's just my website, and hopefully by the time I post this, I will have an update blog in the same fashion. Oh, also, I revamped my website. I think it looks a lot better than it did last time. Thank you again so much for being patient. All of my social media is linked in the description. I definitely do want to use them a lot more now that I am better. Leave a comment letting me know if you actually like this sort of vlogs where we're just super chill and we hang out. I know some people really like the upbeat, quick editing. Some people like the honest kind of talk, so let me know. Plus, I like talking to you guys anyway. I will see you later. Bye.